My addiction to isolation. That sounds dramatic, but I don't really know what else to call it. Because for as long as I can remember, there's been this contradiction in me. On one hand, I like people. I like making friends. I like talking to people. I like getting to know someone and slowly figuring out how they think, what they care about, what kind of person they are. There's something about connection that feels really nice. But then there's the other side of me. The side that gets tired of people really quickly. The side that looks at how some people act, how they talk, how little empathy they can have sometimes. And I just think, why am I even here? Why do I want to be around this? And I know how that sounds. It sounds arrogant. And honestly, maybe part of it is arrogant. I think I've always had some kind of pride in me. Maybe even a superiority complex. Not in the sense that I genuinely believe I'm perfect, because I know I am not. There are so many things I don't know, so many things I need to learn, so many ways I could be better. But at the same time, I'll see people do things or say things that I simply just can't agree with. And when that happens enough times, I start creating distance in my head. I start thinking I'm different from them. Maybe even better than them. And I don't like admitting that, because I know it's not that simple. People are complicated. I'm complicated too. Nobody is perfectly made for me. Nobody is going to match every belief, every value, every preference I have. I understand that, but understanding it doesn't always stop me from feeling disconnected. And then there's the other side of it, the complete opposite side. Because even though I can be prideful, even though I can act like I don't need people, I also get attached way too easily. That's the part that makes it confusing. I can meet someone I think is cool, someone I enjoy talking to, someone who feels different in some way, and suddenly every small thing matters too much. A late reply matters, a change in tone matters, a message that feels slightly different matters. And I know it probably shouldn't. I know people have their own lives. I know not everything is about me. I know someone not responding immediately doesn't mean that they hate me or forgot about me. But knowing that doesn't always stop the feeling. And that feeling is exhausting. Because now I'm stuck between two versions of myself. One version of me acts like I'm above people. The other version of me gives people way too much power over how I feel. And I don't know how to balance that. It's like I want connection, but I don't trust it. I want people close, but the moment they get close enough to affect me, I want to run away. So I isolate. Not always in some dramatic way. I don't always block everyone or disappear completely. Sometimes I just stop reaching out. I stop replying as much. I stop trying. I go quiet. And in that silence, things feel easier. Because when I'm alone, I'm in control. Or at least I feel like I am. I understand my own thoughts. I know my own intentions. I know why I do the things I do. With other people, I don't have that control. I can try to understand them, but I can't control how they think. I can't control how they act. I can't control whether they disappoint me, misunderstand me, leave me out, or make me feel like I care more than they do. And I know that sounds bad because obviously people aren't supposed to be controlled. But I think what I really want is not control over people. I think I just want things to feel safe, predictable, less painful. And isolation gives me that illusion. When I'm alone, nobody can disappoint me. Nobody can make me feel ignored. Nobody can make me question my place in their life. Nobody can make me feel stupid for caring. So I go back to my own world. A world where I know the rules. A world where I don't have to guess what someone meant. A world I don't have to wait for a reply and pretend I don't care. But the problem is, isolation doesn't actually fix anything. It just gives me a break. Eventually, I start missing people again. I start wanting connection again. I reach out again. I meet people again. I get interested again. I get attached again. And then sooner or later, I get tired, disappointed, anxious, or hurt again. And then I go back into isolation. That's the loop. Wanting people, judging people, needing people, getting hurt by people, leaving people, missing people, and then doing it all over again. So when I say I have an addiction to isolation, I don't mean that I love being alone all the time. I think I mean that isolation has become my safest escape. It's where I go when connection feels too messy. It's where I go when people feel too unpredictable. It's where I go when I don't want to admit how much someone's actions affect me. I don't really have a clean conclusion to this. I'm not going to pretend I've solved it. I still don't fully understand it, but maybe that's the point. Maybe this is just me noticing the pattern, and maybe noticing it is the first step to not letting it control me completely. Because I don't think I actually want to be alone forever. I don't think I hate connection. I think I'm just tired of how much it can hurt. That's my addiction to isolation.